Welcome back to the channel. Today, we are diving deep into the world of generative artificial intelligence. We will be comparing two of the most influential architectures in the field, Variational Autoencoders, or VAEs, and Generative Adversarial Networks, commonly known as GANs. We will explore how they work, their unique strengths, and when you should use one over the other. Before we compare them, let's briefly define our goal. Generative AI is not about classifying an image as a cat or a dog. It is about creating a brand new image of a cat that has never existed before. The goal is to learn the underlying probability distribution of a dataset so we can sample from it to create novel outputs. Both VAEs and GANs are titans in this field, but they approach this challenge in fundamentally different ways. Let's start with variational autoencoders. VAEs are rooted in Bayesian statistics. Unlike standard autoencoders that compress data into a fixed point, VAEs map input data to a probability distribution in what we call the latent space. This probabilistic approach makes them incredibly stable and ensures that the space between data points is smooth and continuous. Here is the architecture of a VAE. It consists of two main parts, the encoder and the decoder. The encoder takes your input data and compresses it into parameters, specifically a mean and a variance. From these parameters, we sample a point in the latent space. The decoder then takes this sampled point and attempts to reconstruct the original input. This process forces the model to learn a smooth representation of the data. So, what are the trade-offs? VAEs are fantastic because they are stable to train and they provide a continuous latent space, which is perfect if you want to smoothly morph one image into another. However, because we are sampling from a distribution, we introduce noise. This often results in generated images that look slightly blurry or soft compared to the original data. Now, let's talk about Generative Adversarial Networks, or GANs. This approach is based on game theory. Instead of trying to model a probability distribution explicitly, a GAN sets up a competition between two neural networks. Think of it as a forger trying to create fake paintings and a detective trying to spot the fakes. In a GAN architecture, we have the generator and the discriminator. The generator takes random noise and tries to create a realistic image. The discriminator receives both real images from our dataset and fake images from the generator. Its job is to classify them correctly. As they train, the generator gets better at fooling the discriminator, and the discriminator gets better at spotting fakes, leading to incredibly realistic results. The biggest strength of a GAN is the output quality. They produce sharp, highly detailed, and photorealistic images. However, they are notoriously difficult to train. They suffer from issues like mode collapse, where the generator produces the same image over and over again, and they can be very unstable if the two networks do not learn at the same speed. To summarize the differences, VAEs optimize a mathematical bound, making them stable but slightly blurry. GANs play a minimax game, making them unstable but producing sharp results. VAEs have a structured latent space that is easy to understand, while the latent space of a GAN can be disjointed and harder to interpret. Which one should you choose? Use a VAE if you are working on anomaly detection, recommendation systems, or if you need to interpolate smoothly between data points. Choose a GAN if your priority is pure visual quality, such as in art generation, super resolution, or creating realistic textures for games. In conclusion, neither architecture is strictly better. They serve different purposes. VAEs are the reliable workhorses for structured data tasks, while GANs are the creative geniuses for visual realism. Interestingly, modern AI often combines these approaches, or looks to newer methods like diffusion models to get the best of both worlds. Thanks for watching.
If you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Visit codelucky.com for more such useful content.